Have you heard of the God of the Gaps theory? In medical college, we had a chapter titled History of Medicine. It tells us that before human beings learnt about germs, infectious diseases were attributed to supernatural forces. As the gaps in human knowledge decreased, so did the role of supernatural forces. Even today, when we are unable to come up with a reason, we often say God only knows what the real reason is. Or if we cannot say where a certain person went, we often say God only knows where that person went. The point is, God is the answer to questions mere mortals are not able to answer. Mere mortals, that is you and me, God is immortal. God occupies the gaps in human knowledge. This is the God of the gaps theory to the best of my knowledge. It is not an atheist concept. This is a theological concept which emerged in the 19th century, which many claim to be the scientific proof that God indeed exists. In 1960, Satyajit Ray's movie Devi grapples with undoubtedly the most sensitive topic he has ever decided to tackle in a movie. He was severely criticized for making this film, to which he had the following iconic response.
We have a fairly backward audience here, I must say, in spite of the film society movement and all that. If you consider the large audience, it's a backward audience, unsophisticated audience, exposed to the commercial Hindi cinema more than anything else.
Criticizing any aspect of religion is bound to result in backlash, because religion is dear to each individual. But the ignorant use of faith, which can result in loss of human life, such as depriving an ill child from receiving modern medicine and instead giving him scientifically unproven potions, cannot be condoned. But does a filmmaker run the risk of addressing these issues directly and be branded anti-religion, or does he take the easy way out? The easy way is to say that it is not the responsibility of a filmmaker to tell the truth. It is the responsibility of a filmmaker to make a movie, which may be fiction or may be based on true events. His only responsibility to the audience is to tell a coherent story. In Devi, Satyajit Ray tells the story of an affluent family living in a village, a dichotomy in and of itself. For an ardent Satyajit Ray movie buff like me, it can be viewed as an alternate reality where Opu's wife from Opur Sangsar survives and is now living happily with him. It can also be viewed as depicting a version where the extravagant landowner or zamidar from Jalshaghar has also survived. He has managed to retain both his family and his wealth. He is now the head of a household which comprises of 2 adult sons, 2 daughters-in-law and a grandchild. The character played by the grandchild, just like in Mahanagar, is once again my favorite character in Devi and can be regarded as a metaphor for society. To say Devi is controversial is understating it. It is a gripping tale of how human beings suffer when ignorance is allowed to go unchecked. How ignorant people cling to their ignorant beliefs, even in the face of overwhelming evidence to the contrary. How people who have shunned ignorance from the very outset also become susceptible to the same ignorant beliefs when unfortunate events happen to them. How in the history of humanity, anyone who has been able to cure a disease has been venerated as a god or a messiah, and when an unfortunate death happens, the same person is persecuted as a monster. If you can find these issues to be relevant even 64 years after the release of Satyajit Ray's Devi, then you can begin to comprehend the genius of Satyajit Ray. Check out Satyajit Ray's Devi. It is an uncomfortable watch, but it forces its viewers to introspect. Thank you for watching this video. Take care, bye bye, and please don't forget to be awesome.